am the hope. And from then on, the sadness and the hope walk together through the world, hand in hand. Thank you for listening to my story today.
The sadness and the hope hand in hand. That is what we are going to do here today. There is a poem. Oh my goodness, I cannot see in that sunlight. Hello, I'm back. There is a poem by Mahogany Brown called "Do Not Make Grief Your God." And it starts like this. Do not make grief your God. Instead, make it a cup of coffee. She invites us to welcome grief, an emotion we tend to push away or want to skip over. Please, she writes, give grief a name, then fold it, origami, place it kindly in a home suitable for royal things. Welcome grief, she encourages us. Name it and place it somewhere beautiful because our grief is worthy of our time, our love, and our attention. I know Unitarian Universalists have all different ways of acknowledging those who have died, and many congregations have some sort of Remembrance Sunday around this time of year. Between Samhain and Halloween and All Saints' Day, the end of October and beginning of November is historically seen as a time when the veil between the world of the living and the world of the dead is thinnest. We are, each of us, living with a grief that is beyond the experience of losing someone who has died. And so today, we will make space and time to honor all of those types of grief. Mahogany Brown continues in her poem, praise the ability to feel this deep. The goldfish, the grandparent, the ball player, the children detained, the spoiled water, the sewer split government, the son, the daughter, the bullet, the gift of ghosting, the promise of no more, the mother, the father, the empty womb, the empty heart, the desert branch throat clenching tightly, a name no one will speak. So on this day, when we acknowledge those who have died, we also acknowledge all types of grief. During this time when the veil is thin and we feel connected not just with those who have died, but with all of our losses, we allow ourselves to name and honor those losses in community. Here in this community, we know that your experiences of grief are broad and far-reaching, and we invite those experiences to be held here together. To do this, we will read several definitions of different types of grief. This may be something familiar to you, and it may be new. I invite you to allow yourself to just experience what comes, to allow thoughts and images to arise for you, and to feel and acknowledge them. After I read each definition, if it resonates with you and your experience, I will invite you to stand or raise your hand so that your grief may be witnessed by this community. We start with invisible loss or disenfranchised grief. This is grief over a loss that is not typically publicly acknowledged. Examples of this include things like the loss of a pet, abortions, miscarriages, infertility. It could be the loss of an ex-partner, the death of an online friend, or the death of a person you never knew but to whom you were connected, like an absent parent or an unknown sibling.
This kind of grief may feel particularly lonely, like no one understands why we feel sad or angry. We may even have a hard time explaining it. Our bodies may feel restless, unsettled. We may have heavy feelings in the pit of our stomachs. Sometimes we may worry that this type of grief is not real or important. We may feel embarrassed. But in this community, we know our feelings are real and we hold one another with love.
If you are living with an invisible loss or living with disenfranchised grief, I invite you to stand or raise your hand. Thank you. Our next type of grief is what most of us think of when we hear the word grief. Grief following the death of a loved one. There is no time limit on grief, and we know the effects of a death are far-reaching.
People feel a lot of different feelings when someone close to us dies. Often we feel sadness, anger, vulnerability, and despair. We might also feel relief, guilt, indifference, confusion. In our bodies, we might have a deep ache in our chests. We might feel very tired, but unable to sleep. Our brains may feel foggy.
If you are living with this type of grief, I invite you to stand or raise your hand. Thank you. Collective grief is the grief experienced by a group, the grief of a town, a country, the grief a community experiences following a tragedy or crisis. The pandemic caused collective grief. War brings on collective grief. Mass shooting events and community violence bring on collective grief. We are all living with the weight of collective grief. This type of grief might be obvious, as when a community experiences a natural disaster, or it might feel surprising, such as when the death of a public figure particularly impacts us. It might be acute, such as following a particular event, or it might be more chronic, such as coping with the climate crisis or national upheaval.
This kind of grief may leave us feeling anxious and irritable. We can also feel really tired and despairing. Sometimes collective grief happens when something good is happening, which is confusing. Like the feeling when we move from elementary school to middle school. We might feel sad to leave a place that we love, scared of something new, but maybe excited too. We might feel in our bodies a lot of movement or sleepiness or tiredness.
We are all living with collective grief. So I invite you to name out loud what the grief is that you are holding in your mind and heart this morning. What is the collective grief you are holding? I'll start with the climate crisis. Democracy, injustice, the White House, wars, loss of SNAP benefits, genocide, extinctions. Housing crisis. Thank you. Thank you. Ambiguous grief is grief that arises when the person you love is still alive, but their communication or personality or behaviors change. This can occur with changes in a relationship such as divorce or estrangement or incarceration, chronic illness, physical disability, loss of a body part, or loss of function can cause ambiguous grief. Changes in personality or functioning caused by mental illness or dementia can cause ambiguous grief.
We can feel this when a friend moves away or when a friend doesn't seem to want to talk to us anymore. We can feel confused, sad, abandoned, betrayed. In our bodies, we might notice aches and pains and exhaustion.
If you are living with ambiguous grief, I invite you to stand or raise your hand that we might witness your grief. Thank you. We remember that our grief is valid and real. That grief is a normal, healthy, expected response to loss and to love. We hold all of our grief together. Part of our work as feeling engaged humans in this time is to allow our bodies to experience our grief, to remind us of our capacity to hold it, and to remind us that we do not hold it by ourselves alone. So I invite you to put a hand on your belly or put a hand on your heart. Take a breath. And look around. Take in what is around you, the light, the space, the windows, and the people around you. People you know and people you don't. As you look at the people around you, I want you to think or say aloud if it feels right, we hold this together. We hold this together. We hold this together. The choir is going to invite us into a space of reflection. And as they do, I encourage you to write or draw on your leaf that you received as you came in. Write or draw something or someone or multiple somethings or someones you are grieving. Your leaf might read, infertility, my great aunt, the loss of my job. Or you might have a picture of your cat or a picture of your best friend that moved to California. I invite you into a moment of reflection as we allow the choir to bring us into a quiet time. Even as we grieve the people and things we have lost, we carry memories and lessons with us. In a moment, we will invite you into a ritual of remembrance. You will be invited to place your leaf on the table. It is a symbol of our individual and collective grief, and a reminder that we hold this grief together. And there are heart stones, both here in the pot and down here on the table. You are invited to take a heart with you. This heart is to remember. Maybe the heart is to remember the courage or generosity or tenacity of a person you loved who has passed. Maybe the heart is to remember this community that holds you with and in your grief. I invite you forward to leave your leaf to be held in collective love and to collect the qualities you carry forward with you now.
Put your leaf on the table if there's a thing.
You are all so beautiful. Thank you. I invite you to call out what you are taking with you. What did those hearts represent that you are carrying with you today? Love, hope, peace, gratitude, justice, courage, community, kindness, memories. Thank you. Lisa is going to share a prayer of remembrance and thanksgiving with us.
Spirit of light and love, energy that moves through the web of life, at this time of changing seasons, of lengthening nights and shortening days, we send greetings and thanks to our ancestors of blood and bone, our ancestors of spirit and vision. We offer greetings and gratitude to our ancestors of family, by birth and by choice, Our webs of friends and family, living, past, and yet to come, form the bonds of human community. We honor our grief at ancestors who caused harm to us or to the world. We pray for healing of the hurts that they left behind. We offer greetings and gratitude to our ancestors of life, who for countless generations, back 4 billion years, have passed their adaptations and life experiences down so that we may have bodies that live and thrive today. We offer greetings and gratitude to our ancestors of knowledge who explored our world, asked questions, invented things, who made our lives easier while leaving us questions to answer ourselves. We offer greetings and gratitude to our ancestors of spirit who opened their hearts and souls to imagine the impossible, who dreamed of a better, more equitable world, and who fought to make it so. We are the heirs to their dreams and hope for the future. We turn to one another and offer greetings and gratitudes for the ancestors living today. May we honor the work of those who came before by building a beautiful, kind, just world for those who will call us ancestors someday. May it be so in the name of all that is holy and in all the holy names. Blessed be.
Blessed be. Thank you, Lisa.